Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Today's article, or this video's article, has to do with some bombardments that occurred in Kiev, and it's been done by Russians using some big um, planes, uh, according to the media, and I think this is a Ukrainian outlet. Yes, it comes from the New Voice of Ukraine from today, June 26, 2022, and this is the title. Russian aircraft strikes Kiev with long-distance missiles, causing substantial damage. Um, and it's a Tu-95. That's a long-range bomber. According to Ukraine Air Force spokesman Yuri Ignat, speaking during a briefing following the attack, multiple X-101 missiles were launched by Russian Tu-95 and Tu-160 bombardiers. Some of these missiles were intercepted by Kiev's air defense system, but not all. These missiles are able to travel as far as 5,500 kilometers. It's about what, 4,800 miles or something like that, and are less visible to air defense radars than many other missile types. Each is driven by an engine and has a digital component able to correct targeting and adjust trajectory, trajectory in flight. The Russian military has previously used X-101 missiles in Syria. Tu-95 and Tu-160 are both Soviet-era bombardiers created during the Cold War to counter possible Western threats. Both are copies of the bombardiers models used by the U.S. Army post-World War II, the Boeing B-29 Super Fortress and the Rockwell B-1 Lancer, respectively. Ignat went into some details of this operation during the briefing. Most likely the Russian bombers launched the rockets from the Caspian Sea region, where the Russian military has an aircraft facility in the city of Astrakhan. Details of the attack. At around 6:20 a.m., Kiev residents heard several explosions throughout the city. One missile struck the roof of a 9-story residential building near the Lukinsivka metro station, located in a district in the central part of the city. The upper floors of the building were severely damaged. So far, the death of one person has been confirmed, while another 4 individuals were wounded. Emergency services began search and rescue operations around 6:30. Their first success was digging a 7-year-old girl out of "This is for us." I don't believe anything these guys say. I mean, I expect it to be either a child or an old person, like, I don't know, 70 or 80, babuchka. Uh, it's not impossible, but it's such a coincidence. This is when they try to let's move on. For the past several days, the Russian military has increased its usage of cruise missiles to target those Ukrainian regions that are considered to be relatively safe, like Kiev, Cherkasy, or Rivne Oblast. On the evening of June 26, residents of downtown Kiev were warned by presidential advisor Alexei Arestovich in a video address that ignoring air sirens could be dangerous. I think they know that too. But nevertheless, well, the thing is like this. Uh, People die, people get injured, and so on. It's a propaganda war. I don't believe what these guys are saying when the only person over there that they told it was a person, some wounded, and the first person, the only that was how do you call it, survivor over there, taken from the robbers. It was a 7-year-old girl. So what would be our normal reaction? Oh, those Russians, they're just criminals. That's what they are. This is the expected reactions we have. I don't have it, not because I don't have a heart, because I don't believe it. That's why. I don't believe it because this is the propaganda. These guys have to. The Russians would have done it the same way if they would be at the receiving end. Don't worry. It's not like, oh, the Ukrainians are. No. that's what it is. They try to get a public support. And how do you get it? Remember the First World War when it was the uh, which one was it? Wilhelm the Second. One was the Kaiser. I can't remember if it was Wilhelm the Second, whatever. The Kaiser. He was portrayed with a big axe, trying to end with bloody hands and all that. All right, and then it was the Second World War. Hitler was portrayed like a vampire, like this, and it was the vice versa with the other ones. But these ones that I just stuck in my mind from the free world towards those for the same reason. So they all do it. It's just a common practice, try to demonize the other side. Now, if that's correct, I'm glad the kid is doing all right. Even though, what would the kid do over there, in the middle of a war? Cannot. Anyway, and look, these guys are hitting residential area. That's another point. Criminals. Well, maybe it is like that. I don't know, but I don't. I personally have reservations. Let's put it this way. I have a great and big major reservation regarding these kind of things. Nevertheless, regarding those rockets and those bombardiers, well, they will probably use this for a while until I think they adjust. The Russians adjust to these kind of things according to whatever the Ukrainians have. If they receive certain kind of, or they have certain kind of defense systems and so on, they are not going to fly with their airplanes over there to have to risk being hit. So therefore they come with this one, a very high altitude, outside of the range probably of the defense systems, release the missiles, and the missiles do their jobs or their job, or some of them are intercepted by the defense systems of Ukraine in Kiev. Now, remember, one of these missiles will probably hit the U.S. embassy at one point as a mistake, but nothing should happen after that. Everybody should be okay with that. Just a mistake, and let's move on. And I'll tell you why. Remember 1999 in Belgrade when the U.S. Destroyed the Chinese embassy? Oh, you don't? Or maybe you heard me say that before, like 50 times. Oh, well, when they did it, when the NATO, the defensive alliance, attacked Yugoslavia or Serbia with whatever was left over there, and then got Kosovo, they hit the capital. So after they hit Serbia, and obviously they had no problem hitting the Chinese embassy and in Belgrade. And after they hit it, some Chinese personnel died over there, and the Americans said, "Oh, my bad, it was a mistake. Let's move on." Nothing happened. The Chinese never forgot it. They reminded this incident about a month or so. I talked about it in one of the videos when I think it was the foreign minister of I don't think it was One Way spoke about it in one video, and he said, "Remember that? We don't forget that." So the same here. I'm expecting an accident like that, and then what? Declaration of war? You can't. China did not have had no grounds to declare war, or it could, but who cared, right? Why? Because we had muscle. And what are you going to do about it? Move on. So I'm expecting this kind of accident, or I'm expecting not an accident. I'm expecting actually, because that's war. Remember, criminals are everywhere, not only here or there. Everywhere you can find criminals. In certain circumstances, normal people act like that. Maybe someone from outside Kiev will send a little rocket and with the right coordinates and hit that, so the United States can do something about it. You know what I mean? The false flag operations. They are. I don't put that past anybody. Anybody. But especially when people lose, they go to extreme. When you win, you are more um, to behave like a noblesman. Let's put it this way, because you're winning, and then you afford, behaving and showing off. When you're losing, you say, "God damn," and then try all kind of little things. And Ukraine is losing, by the way. That's a reality. Look at the Russians. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and wait for that, uh, accident. Be just.